Elvis Presley's funeral tragedy, 2 deaths outside home and attempt to steal his body. The King's extravagant funeral took place just 2 days after his tragic death, but there was more misery on the day. While tens of thousands of fans were allowed to view his open casket. Image, Gamma Rapo/Getty by Kyle O'Sullivan. Features writer 12:03, 2nd of November 2021. Updated 12:06, November 2, 2021. Comments: just 2 days after the unexpected death of Elvis Presley, mourners lined the streets for his extravagant funeral. The King was just 42 years old when he was found dead at his home on August 16, 1977, face down on the floor of his bathroom after appearing to have fallen off the toilet. In his later years, Elvis had become famous for taking everything to excess and weighed 25 stone, with it later emerged he had been prescribed almost 9,000 pills, vials and injections in the 7 months before his death. News of the sudden passing of the legend who changed the face of rock and roll forever sent shockwaves around the world. His family members and closest friends immediately rushed from all over the country to Memphis, and were given some time to pay their respects before tens of thousands descended inside his home. In an unprecedented move, Elvis' grieving dad Vernon decided his son's fans should be given the opportunity to say goodbye to their idol. For more of the news you care about, straight to your inbox, sign up for one of our daily newsletters here. Vernon had announced his Elvis death on the steps of Graceland just 30 minutes after his son was declared dead in hospital. Less than 24 hours later, a single white hearse took Elvis back home in a copper casket, matching the one his mother Gladys had been buried in. Having been known for his incredible white jumpsuits, the color white would play an integral role on the day he was put to rest. Elvis was made to look his very best, dressed in a white suit given to him by his father, having his hair cut and sideburns dyed black. The service was originally supposed to be held at Memphis Funeral Home, but Vernon overruled other members of the family and insisted they have it at Elvis' home so as many fans as possible could attend. Initially, his family and friends came to pay their respects at his open coffin, which was placed in an archway between the music room and living room. His young daughter, Lisa Marie, did not look at her father and sighed but instead asked funeral director Robert Kendall if she could give her daddy a thin metal bangle. There were fears the special gift may be taken by fans, so Lisa Marie's mum Priscilla reportedly instructed the funeral director to conceal the piece of jewelry beneath Elvis' shirt. It's believed around 80,000 devastated fans lined Elvis Presley Boulevard and outside Graceland's gates, and it's estimated that a staggering 30,000 made their way inside to his casket. Vernon extended the viewing time so that more fans could come in to get a glimpse of their hero for one last time, with most in floods of tears and some even fainting. Former girlfriend Mindy Miller, who dated Elvis in the mid-70s, was one of those who viewed his open casket in private with the rest of the family at the start of the day. The pair had bonded over their love of spirituality and numerology while they were a couple, and this was integrated into his funeral. Sharing the meaning behind some of the decisions, she explained, "He had 17 white limos, and it's interesting because in numerology 7 and 1 is 8, which was Elvis' number. And his favorite color was white. He was in white, all the lining was white, the hearse was white. Everything was white, as it should have been. That was his color. Very ethereal, very elegant. I could not even tell you what number limo I was in." While the peaceful and respectful public viewing of the casket was going on inside Graceland, tragedy struck outside its gates. a car plowed into a group of hundreds of fans standing outside, killing 2 young women and critically injuring a third. Elvis' coffin was driven 3 miles in Whitehurst to Forest Hill Cemetery so that he could be buried alongside his beloved mother. The private funeral for family and friends saw Elvis laid to rest next to his mother in the family mausoleum, with Vernon remaining alone inside to say a final goodbye to his son. However, 2 weeks after Elvis was laid to rest, there was a shocking attempt to steal his body. On August 29, 3 men were arrested at the cemetery and charged with attempting to steal the music icon's body from his mausoleum. But they were poorly equipped and had no way of breaking into the concrete tomb or transporting the heavy copper coffin. One of the 3 men was actually an undercover FBI agent who tipped off the police and claimed the others were going to ransom the body for millions of dollars. But the hidden criminal mastermind behind the plot was never found, and eventually charges against all 3 men were dropped. Wanting to provide better protection for Elvis, the singer and his mother's bodies were exhumed and taken back to Graceland on October 3. They remain there to this day in Graceland's meditation garden, alongside other members of the family, including grandmother Minnie May and grandson Benjamin. While Dad Vernon was also laid to rest in the same place when he died of a heart attack just 2 years after his son's death, with some believing he died of a broken heart. During the annual Elvis Week, a vigil is held where his fans walk past the graves by candlelight in his memory. However, there are theories that none of the bodies are actually there and they were in fact buried privately somewhere nearby in a place only known to their nearest and dearest. Have you got a story to share? We want to hear all about it. Email us at yourmirror@mirror.co.uk. Follow Mirror Facebook, Twitter, comment.